Now, in today's ecosystem, scale is rarely built alone. Strategic partnerships across platforms, public entities, and infrastructure providers are accelerating growth in new ways. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk on all of this and so much more, please welcome to the stage Maaz, Sheikh, CEO and co-founder of STARZPLAY.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. Slightly different track than all the other previous tracks, perhaps, that you've been part of. Wanted to introduce you to STARZPLAY, and specifically the topic today is how do you scale a startup in the MENA region, and more specifically, how do you use partnerships to your advantage. STARZPLAY is a homegrown streaming platform from the UAE. We're headquartered here in Abu Dhabi. We are now in our 12th, 13th year of operation. And today's presentation is how do you use partnerships to build scale as a startup. So a little bit about our industry. Streaming has evolved a lot in the last 12 years since we got started. You all have streaming platforms, you subscribe to them. There are a few consistent themes that have evolved over the years. The way I look at the streaming industry is it's like pre-COVID and post-COVID, two different worlds, two different industries, if you will. Especially during COVID, the consumer behavior changed a lot. Online payments and online consumption spiked. And COVID for us as an industry was a game changer in a positive way. So, but along with COVID, spike in consumption and spike in engagement came more competition. So, especially in the last 4 years, the space has become a lot more crowded. Consumers have less brand loyalty, and content has also become more fragmented. So, in the UAE, for example, on average, you have 3 subscriptions per household, which is in line with Western Europe or North America, where most homes will have 3 to 4 subscriptions in their home. So when you have this kind of fragmentation and multiple subscriptions per household, you're always fighting for that attention. And finally, one thing that has changed is the gaming and social media. 4 years ago, they weren't seen as competitive platforms to streaming, but now platforms like YouTube, Instagram Reels, they're becoming more and more alternatives to traditional streaming platforms. Specifically in the MENA region, these challenges are even more compounded. In a country like UAE, we're blessed to have a very diverse population and a range of languages that consumers use and speak. So that creates fragmentation in demand, in terms of content demand. And when you move outside UAE, payments and infrastructure, there's also a spectrum. Infrastructure is not always the best when you start going into North Africa, so you have to cater to that. And then obviously, when you're in emerging markets in North Africa, price sensitivity is also a consideration. So a platform like us has to price our service by country. So all these challenges do make it a very difficult model, make it for a very difficult industry. But having said that, the way we look at it, these challenges and requirements is really how we see creating an advantage or an opportunity for us to personalize our service, localize our service, and be able to compete with the likes of Netflix head-to-head. And what we've really observed over the years is 10 years ago, the old adage was content is king. But now that's no longer the case. So you can still have the best show or the best selection of movies, but if the experience isn't there, if you're not able to personalize and curate content dynamically for your audience, your customers will not connect with you. So almost all the pieces have to come together perfectly, from the infrastructure that delivers the content, from the data and tech that personalizes the service, to your distribution partners. Everything has to come together to really deliver that service that consumers are expecting. And one of the most important aspects of our scaling our business over the years has been partnering with platforms that were already in the region. So these are, for us, there were two types of partners that really helped scale the business: telecom partners as well as device manufacturers. So rather than focusing on just the content or 1 or 2 year deals, we focused on building long-term relationships with telecom partners and with device manufacturers. So for example, right here in the UAE, Etisalat is our strategic partner. They have been our strategic partner since the day we launched. So that's over 12 years now. Similarly, in other markets, in Saudi Telecom has been our partner for 10 years. And similarly, in Qatar, we're partnered with Ooredoo, and so on and so forth in every market. The realization here was that when you're building a brand from scratch and you're doing it in 21 countries, either you need a lot of capital and a lot of marketing budget to be able to build that brand, or you do it with a partner that helps you scale, helps you build the brand. And so for us, the adjacency of media and entertainment with telecom partners, as well as with device manufacturers like Samsung, was very natural. And we use that partnership to scale our business. And that's been a successful model for us. In addition to working with telecom operators, we've also have been fortunate to have worked with Abu Dhabi Investment Office here in Abu Dhabi, where we collaborated with them to build cloud-based services specifically for media companies in the UAE here in Abu Dhabi. We also now are partnered with Abu Dhabi Media, where all of Abu Dhabi Media's content is available inside STARZPLAY. All of their sports, TV shows, rights are available inside STARZPLAY. So partnerships like this are also an important element of scaling your business. Over the years, we've evolved our platform significantly, but perhaps the biggest change we made, the two biggest changes we made is we evolved not only as a subscription video-on-demand platform, but we also launched an ad-based service as well. And secondly, we evolved from simply movies and TV shows to carrying sports. On the sports side, perhaps our most successful 4 properties are Serie A, the Italian league, UFC, ICC Cricket World Cup, and Professional Fighters League, PFL. Although we have other sports, we have rugby, we have other football leagues, but these are perhaps the more profitable ones for us. And they have been a very important element of scaling this service over the years. The reason we highlight these is when AC Milan plays Inter Milan or Pakistan, India play in cricket, these types of events have their own organic demand. So one doesn't have to market or promote. They have their own organic demand. And we've seen that experience, if you will. We've seen the traffic spike, 3x during these major events. So our philosophy has been come for sports and then stay for entertainment. That's really been the philosophy. And over the years, these are numbers for last 2 years. We've been growing at about a 30% growth rate for last 5 years. Specifically in last 3 years, we've doubled our overall revenue. Today, we are at about 2.6 million subscribers. And various reports, everything from Omdia Research that has us as one of the top 3 services. From a satisfaction point of view, we're considered as MENA region's #1 streaming platform from satisfaction point of view. I'll move through quickly here. Again, the point was content remains our core product, but the long-term value creation is extremely important in the value chain, and partnering with the partners to unlock that value, again, keeping their long-term perspective is even more important. And that's it. I was told no questions, but if you do have questions, I will be on the side. Welcome to take any questions later. Thank you.